Okay, time now is 11:19 a.m. on May 15th. We are 61 days away from leaving. Um, yeah, I, yeah, um, I'm so tired. I slept from 5:45 to 11, and yeah, I'm just feeling so tired. What is that? That's like 5 hours and 15 minutes. That's not that great. I don't know. Even in holiday, I'm still not sleeping much. Woke up by an alarm. Yeah, I may or may not go to Argenset, but I'm gonna go to Justin T's place to watch the Oscars. And buy some snacks tonight. And that's pretty much it for today. I'm waking up a little early so that I could finish a documentary. Plus, um, yeah, plus some other stuff. I think I forgot what I planned to do. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really remember my dream. I think I dreamed about a large animal, like a dog, and like trying to communicate with a dog or something. Or a bird. Whew. I'm so tired. Jesus Christ. Um, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I I want to fall in love again. I really do. Don't know how, but I really do. Just editing that round 6 video, listening to myself talk about how, like last December, I was like, if I fall in love next semester and then follows through, that would be God's miracle. That is 1 in a billion chance. Will I ever find romance in college after 6 years? I don't know. But I have 61 days left to find out. 61. Like, kill me, 61 days left. Oh. Oh no. How did I fall in love with Jiren in the first place? She reached out to me and talked to me and DM'd me. That's how it kind of started, I think. I think it was I didn't even think that much about her until the December 310 screening, and she called me afterwards, and then we had a talk over the phone call, and it felt nice. But at that point, maybe some interest started, but it was, yeah. So the interest started there, not necessarily obsession. And then I think it's over summer when she started opening up and talking about her past. That's when she was so like, I needed her. It's all phone calls and DMs, maybe. Maybe I'm just waiting for a good phone call and a good DM. Yeah. Maybe I have to call someone. Yeah. Oh, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Ah, yes, the big exit sign in the sky.
Okay, Frankenstein.
And the Oscar goes to
Frankenstein.
Tamara Devereaux.
Yes!
And
Frankenstein.
Shelley Duvall and Frankenstein. Oh man, is he gonna be mad his wife wasn't nominated for this? And the Oscar for documentary feature film goes to Mr. Nobody Against Me.
Okay.
The Oscar goes to One Battle
Alright.
You call it. Alright. Alright, I'll call it.
Okay, cool.
And action! Shake it before you pop it, you know that?
Okay, time now is 2:49 a.m. in the morning, and my laptop is going crazy again. It's not turning on again, so that's great. I love it whenever that happens. Yeah, today is the third day out of 10 days of spring break, and I feel okay. I woke up and I still felt really tired because I slept for less than 6 hours. I woke up, finished documentary, filmed a little bit, recorded my voice a little bit, and then I headed over to set. This is the most non-set set I've ever been to, or at least one of the most non-set sets. Like, I show up and I don't really do anything, and I just walk around, and and so I arrived at Robert Zemeckis Center pretty much on time. I was gonna catch bus 38. Bus 38 flashes right past my face, so I walked to Dash Bus F, and miraculously I was able to catch a Dash Bus F, and then I arrived at RZC, and then I entered the place, and they're already setting up on a small soundstage. So there are two stages on RZC. One is the big stage with the LED screen. The other is a very small stage. And I've never actually been to the very small stage. So today's my first time, and probably the only time I'll ever be at the very small stage. And it's pretty cool that I got to do this opportunity. I couldn't find Emma and Arjun, so I just walked around, and I ran into Naomi Zika, and we had a little conversation. Asked her about Sundowning, because she's a producer. She asked me what I'm doing for break, and then we had a conversation, and then I eventually found Emma and Arjun. This Chinese guy with long hair, who is the sound guy today, he took me to the room. Turns out Emma, Arjun, and an actor and another producer, they're like hiding out in a conference room right next to the pantry room. And so, Naomi Zika's here for The Leak, which is Jin Roon's film. So Jin is filming next door to us, and a bunch of people I know are in there, like Polina, etc. So it's so funny that things are simultaneously happening. Like, two grad sets are happening at RZC, and I know both crews. I know people in both crews simultaneously. But that's how well connected I am. And furthermore, the first AC today is Olivia. Olivia, whom I met 2 years ago, or 1.5 years ago. Olivia, the Chinese girl. And I also know this Indonesian guy whom is in my Asian horror class. But yeah, anyways. I saw Emma and Arjun, and I basically did nothing. They spent their sweet ass time setting up the light, and today is basically like 3 shots. It's the ending of the whole film. It's also the last day of shoot, where a place burns down. We have the reaction shot of the couple of characters, and then we have a burnt head, oh, there we go, it's starting. We have a human head, like a mannequin head. It's made of plastic, and it's supposed to be burnt, and it just fell on the ground. But yeah, we can use real fire. So the only contribution I really did today is I thought maybe we could use coffee and smudge the head so that it looks kind of burnt. It was a cool idea, but under the lighting, under the very low light, it's barely noticeable, so it barely worked out. And then not too long later, I had to leave. So at 3:45, I left, walked a pot of cha, got a boba, because I didn't have time to have lunch today. I ate a croissant today. Also, the croissant from Ralph's, instead of turning moldy, it hardens, and it becomes this very hard cookie thing, and it's really, really tough. It's like eating a brick. Like a very brittle brick. Yeah, anyways. I got boba. I saw Justin T. We met up. This is my first time seeing Justin T in like 3 months. And then we headed over to his apartment. And it's so nice. I've been lucky enough to see the Oscars every single year since I've been seeing the Oscars, like, live. But like last year it was a little unfortunate because I was on set that day, and it's kind of dumb that I'm technically also on set today. But I was on pit last year, and I had to watch the Oscars by myself later that night on my laptop. But all the years before, and then 2023, I watched half of it on the TV at, no, 2024, I watched half of it at... Oh wait, how did I see it on Twitter? Oh yeah, 2024 was Lillian Lynn's Oscars watch party. That's the day I met Audrey. And then 2023, I watched half of it at Retablo's uncle's place, and then saw it at home. And then 2022, I basically saw it on my laptop in my Airbnb. But yeah, every single year I figure out a way to see it, and this year was probably the best way. I mean, the watch party at Lillian Lynn's place was also pretty cool, but just me and Justin T, we both got boba, and we just watch, and we have some very funny commentary, and I also film my reaction. It was really nice. It was really, really nice. And it was just a very nice environment. I don't know why. It just felt very clean and nice, and it was fun. And the Oscars felt brief for some reason, even though it lasted 3 hours and 40 minutes. It felt brief, and then after the Oscars, I'm done. I'm out. So I left the apartment. I walked back to set, which is 3 minutes away. The whole crew is filming at the parking lot outside of the RZC building. I walked in, and they're there. And then Emma asked me to help throw a pair of glasses onto the ground as he rolls the plastic head under the feet of the actors. Please turn on. Jesus Christ. What the hell are you doing? Okay. Yeah, so that's that, and then I was so hungry, so I got some snacks, and then that's it, and then we drank some champagne, because it's Emma's last day of shoot for her thesis, and then she popped champagne, and we talked a little bit, and then that's it. And I also talked a little bit to Olivia, who spoke to me in Mandarin completely at first, which threw me off guard. I had to take a moment to realize, oh, that's Mandarin, and then I tried to respond back in half Mandarin, half English. And then also Hangju, this Chinese woman whom I've met a whole year ago in Dead Matrix Jewels, who remembers me for some reason, even though I only spoke to her for 1 day. Okay, oh my god, what is happening? Christ, my laptop. Okay, I'm so thirsty, by the way. I ended up going home at around 9:40. And then, yeah, and then I had dinner. I had a huge dinner, so it's not really dinner, it's more like dinner at 9:40, for fuck's sakes. And I even thought of like making an omelet first, but I was kind of lazy. I shoved some salami and mortadella and cheese down my throat, and then I made a big meal of Brussels sprouts, chicken thighs, pasta, and I took a shower. Now I'm here. And then I'm spending so much time now editing my Oscars video, and my laptop's going insane, and yeah. It's so crazy that between my laptop going insane last weekend till now, I've edited and exported 2 humongous videos, the Cannes vlog and also the 2025 recap video. But yeah, now it's going insane again, so I don't know. I really want to go to bed early. I don't know what are the chances, and by early I mean 5 a.m. But yeah, so I've booked an appointment for the piercing tomorrow. Again, it like went before I booked it, before I pressed the book button, and I had to pay $5 as deposit for booking, so I paid the $5. I still had hesitation. I'm still like, oh my god, this is permanent. I'm putting a hole through my ear and it's forever. And it is daunting. It is a little daunting because it is forever. It is indeed forever. But okay, I'm gonna plug my power back. Jesus Christ. But yeah. It is forever. But then on the other side of the coin, a lot of people do this. A lot of women and also a lot of men have earrings or studs, which is perfectly normal. But I don't know. Just the realization that I'm gonna have a couple holes in my ears is just like, oh, you know. So, but I booked it anyways. I'm like, you know what, fuck it. Because I think the ultimate decision to book it isn't like irrational. This isn't out of irrationality. I'm not like, fuck it, I'm going crazy, I'm going psycho, I'm gonna hurt myself, cut myself open. This is rather a very measured decision, but measured in the sense that I know myself. Because I know that if I don't book the appointment and I don't have my ear pierced, I'm going to spend the rest of the semester thinking, oh, I wish I did it. I wish I did it. I'm a coward. Blah, 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 blah. If I had done it, I wouldn't feel that bad. I wouldn't feel that guilty about it. Jesus Christ. Okay. Holy shit. Okay. But anyways, I booked it for tomorrow 4:30, not too early so that I can wake up a little late. And then I'm going with Christian, so and I'm going to figure out the San Francisco stuff tonight, but might as well do it. I'm also going to do San Francisco stuff mainly because I know I'm going to regret it. I know I'm going to be like, oh, I'm a coward, it's my last spring break and I still didn't travel anywhere, I never got to experience traveling. Fuck it, I'm gonna travel. Fuck it. Even if I don't end up seeing the woos at all on that Saturday, on Monday the woos will still drive me back. And we'll meet up. And I think this... Also, actually, I know the idea of a I know the idea of a spring break with classmates in some other place outside of LA is really cool and romantic. Romantic in the sense that it's poetic. It sounds ideal. It sounds idyllic, right? I already kind of did it in France. me and Colin in the rain rushing to Cineum, isn't that already better than what I did? So I don't know. I'm still gonna go to SF, but low key the France thing already kind of a dream. So yeah. Anyways, that's that. Jayun talked to me. Jayun DM'd me and talked to me about Sinners. She really hates one battle after another. She really hated it. She's like, oh yeah, Sinners is great. One battle after another is a fake woke movie, and Sinners is like real. It's deep, nuanced politics. And I wanted to fight back because I love one battle after another more than Sinners, but I just don't want to. I just also don't really know what to say. I'm just like, okay, man, okay. At least Giant's still talking to me. At least that's that. But I don't know what is better. Out of sight, out of mind, or remain a distant friendship. Don't know what's better. Okay, time now is 12:51. Yeah, 12:51 afternoon on May 16th. Yeah, I slept from 5:45 again till about 12-ish something, and yeah, here I am. So not too terrible of sleep, but not a full night's sleep, that's for sure. And this is also going to be my last sleep where I can move my head around freely. I cannot imagine not doing that. Like, I love moving my head around. I love rolling around in bed. So, this is going to be really weird. But yeah, I am doing the piercing today. I'm committing to it. I've decided. I won't be able to roll my head around. That's one big sacrifice of doing the ear piercing. It's also gonna hurt. The first week is gonna hurt. Yeah, but I am gonna do it. I am doing it. Yeah, I didn't watch anything last night. Again, I just don't have time for anything. I realize I really give myself too much to do. Every single day, I really give myself a lot to do. Yeah, last night I edited a couple videos, and yeah, the whole Oscars video took a while to edit, or like not even a while to edit, a while for the computer to boot up. But yeah, and that's pretty much it. Are we 60 days left? I think we are. 60 fucking days, man. Jesus Christ. Yeah. 60 days. 60 fucking days. Yeah. Yeah, bring it on, motherfuckers. Bring it on. Bring it on, I say. I say bring it on. Life, universe, bring it the fuck on. Life moves fast, but I move faster, okay? I'm getting a piercing, I'm working out, I'm reading books, I'm drawing, well, not as frequently as I should. I'm making friends, I'm hanging out with people, I'm getting closer to a bunch of people that never thought I would get closer to. Advanced. I am advancing in everything. Yeah, so that's all I have to say, really. I don't want to spend too much time outside today. Outside of the piercing, maybe eat food outside, maybe not. I don't want to. Yeah. Oh yeah, San Francisco. Got to figure it out today. Yesterday I didn't have time to do it. And the internship thing, Jesus Christ. I made like a simple poster and I edited a video. But I ran out of ideas, man. Really did. Yeah, and that's all. I didn't remember my dream. I think I remembered eating chicken. I was in some resort, and me and my mom and maybe aunt and a couple other people, we went down this staircase. It felt like a swimming pool, and then there's a staircase next to the swimming pool, and you go down, and it's this nice little open air bar or restaurant, but it's just a narrow walkway. But it's sort of like grass and like smooth stone, kind of like modern architecture. And I sat down and I tried to eat chicken. Something like that. Okay, the day is March 16th, 2026, and I'm about to have my earlobes pierced. Yeah, I think my decision to getting my earlobes pierced comes from two different places. One is that I actually plan to get a piercing just for my earlobes for a couple years already. It's not a very irrational decision. I'm not in a manic episode or anything. It's something that I've been considering for a while because I thought that I want to look more interesting and I want to get in touch with my more feminine side. And the other place is that I feel like for the entirety of 2024 and 2025, might as well for the entirety of my life, I feel like I've been having an existential crisis. And I thought that when you're in an existential crisis, altering your physical body is a very interesting way to resist that and also resist order, resist dogma, resist mainstream naturalities. So I thought that maybe putting a hole through my body and then coming through the hole would be probably the least taxing thing I could do to myself as a response to the extreme insanity that I have witnessed over the last years. So I'm a little bit nervous. I'm scared of infections. I'm scared of pain. It's probably not going to be that painful. The earlobe piercing is like the least painful and the least difficult piercing to deal with. I know a lot of people with septum piercings and skin piercings and whatever. Mine is the one I'm getting is like the most average ever. But I think as a symbolic activity to pierce through my body, gotta do it, man. Gotta do it. We'll get there. Damn, here we go. My parents will not be happy with this choice.
To ever get.
That's right.
Babies get them all the time, you know, so you get them done. As far as like the basic aftercare goes, earlobes take about a good full 4 months to fully heal. You can change them to hoops after at least until the 4 months pass. We do use these threadless pins type of jewelry. If you it's just a little cold, okay? And then I know we said a lot today as far as aftercare, but don't worry on the aftercare card that I'm going to give you. There's a little QR code on the bottom. It'll go over everything that I just told you, just to kind of refresh my brain a little more, okay? Alrighty, and then let's go on the other side.
You want me to get the piercing side? Sure.
Was this a spontaneous decision today, or have you
Yeah.
been planning?
I've been thinking about it for a while.
Or were you guys just in the area and just thought, like, fuck it, just do it?
I planned to do it like 2 weeks ago, but like
What's that do?
it just like didn't work out. I didn't have time.
Okay. Ain't no better time than on a random Monday, right?
Yeah, we're on spring break, so
That's cool.
yeah, we don't have time now. So.
You say you're graduating soon. Where are you graduating from?
USC
Ooh. Scholar. What was your major?
film.
Nice. That's a new one. People, I feel like everyone's always like environmental science,
Like business.
business. No, not really people do films. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm just gonna take a toothpick with some ink on it, just kind of do a subtle mark right in the center. If you plan to have it anywhere else, just let me know and I'll let you know my thoughts. It's really just preference based. It's not really any right or wrong. just the differences between the two. And then if you need a second opinion, I can also.
I think they're both fine. Yeah.
Right. And then you can put your head all the way back and lay down just a little bit more. Get nice and comfortable. Get positioned however you feel. Alright. It's a really quick process, nothing too crazy. The way it's gonna go is once I'm ready, I'll say big deep breath in, big deep breath out once it's through, okay? Super quick. Just make sure you just keep breathing the whole entire time. I'll do all the work for you.
Mm-hmm.
You think you'll ever get more in the future?
Right now, no. I don't know.
You never know. Some people get
Yeah.
addicted to the feeling. I'm not gonna lie. There was this girl who I did her earlobes, and then literally like 6 months later, she had like her whole entire face down.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
So you never know.
But yeah, right now,
No.
right now.
We'll see you back in 6 months.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna adjust your head a little bit. Go ahead and just look this way. Beautiful. Not starting. We're just gonna see more in place. All right. I'm gonna go into position. I'll let you know when I get started. Alrighty. Go ahead and take a nice big deep breath in and let it all the way out. That was the hardest part. Just keep breathing for me, okay? We're going in with that jewelry. Just a little bit of pressure here. Nice big deep breath in and let it all the way out. No more pain or movement from this side. We're just gonna clean you off, but you feeling okay?
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Good pinch though, right? But it's quick.
Yeah.
Alright, we're just gonna hear some scraping noise. That's just me putting on the pin.
Okay.
Not gonna really feel anything though. And then one more thing. How was that for you? Was it as bad as you thought it'd be?
Not really. No.
Good.
It was pretty fast.
Good. That's how it should be. Alrighty. Maybe some more time, or are you ready for the other one? Perfect. Well, that's good. Again, I'm just making sure all the measurements are good. Beautiful. Alrighty, we're gonna go into position. Go ahead and take a nice big deep breath in and let it all the way out. That was it. Just keep breathing for me. You're going in with that jewelry again. Go ahead and take a nice big deep breath in and let it all the way out. No more pain from here on out. We're just gonna clean you off. Feeling okay?
Okay.
Scale from 1 to 10. Okay.
3.
Good. That's normally how people read.
Okay. This side hurts a little more than the other
Yeah, it's always that one
Don't know
too.
why.
Your adrenaline wears off after the first one, and then also too the anticipation. Like you already know what to expect. So
Okay.
you might feel a little bit of some burning right now, but
Yeah.
very normal. Alright, we'll sit you up just a little bit more. You're not feeling dizzy or anything like that?
No, I'm good.
Beautiful. I'm gonna hand you the mirror, and then I'm just gonna demonstrate really quick how exactly you're gonna clean them. Okay, go ahead and check them out first. How we looking?
A little bit.
I think it looks fucking cool.
Looks like a staple.
Actually, he's the, Alright, no, I'm not.
My right side hurts more than my left side for some reason. my new aspiration. Okay, so a quick update. It's been 7 hours since my ears are pierced. Oh, I see it. Oh, there we go. They don't hurt that much now. I think for the first couple hours they were still hurting. There was a sting. But right now they actually feel okay, and I don't know why, but my right ear's hurting more than my left. It's interesting. It's a very interesting sensation. I think it feels very similar to when I had my vaccine injections, sort of this stinging pain. But the thing is, when I get injected by a syringe, the syringe leaves, right? And also, it's tiny, but in here it's a chunk of metal that is definitely thicker than a syringe. But also, when you look at it, it's not a thick chunk of metal. It's not that thick, actually. And I'm actually surprised by how much, if you look at me like this, you can't even see them. They're so subtle. Which is hilarious. I thought this is gonna be, like, completely change how my ears look, but you don't even fucking see them. I feel a little lightheaded right now, and I don't really know why. I think it's just my white blood cells kind of rushing over to my ears, and that's making me kind of tired internally. I also, when I get vaccine shots, I also get a fever for a couple of days. So maybe in the next couple of days, I'm gonna get a fever, and I think that's okay. I'm gonna sleep all day tomorrow. So, yeah. Okay, time now is 11:08 p.m. I might as well film a video now. I'm gonna have dinner a little later. So today is extremely interesting. Yeah, so my ears are pierced now, which is really fucking crazy. And I don't know, I just spent the last hour or two just doom scrolling. I'm just too tired, and also too, I don't know, I don't want to be focusing on anything else other than my piercing. Even though I'm also not thinking about my piercing that much. But, yeah, yeah, the fuck is going on with my life? So today we're 60 days away from graduation, and when you're 60 days away, you get to do something a little crazy. I feel like every 10 days, so it's day 60, day 50, 40, 30, 20, and then 10, I should do something insane. I should do something insane for every 10th day up until graduation. And, anyways, I got my ears pierced. So I woke up and I had a slice of apple pie, and then I left. Fairly casual morning. Walked all the way to Expo Vermont Station, and I just ran into Christian right there and then across the crossroad. And yeah, and then we went to a gas station. He bought a drink, and then we took a metro. Thank God I booked the appointment at 4:30 and not 4, because by the time I ran into Christian, it was already 3:55. And then we took the metro to Little Tokyo, and then the Little Tokyo area itself is actually kind of small. And then when you leave the Little Tokyo area, it's like this weirdly niche, slightly artsy kind of place that is kind of dirty and rough, but also it feels kind of neat, which is an interesting area. We arrived at the parlor, the body art, tattoo, and piercing parlor, And yeah, we arrived, and I'm just like, okay, this is it. And I don't know, I feel like places like this where you get like, especially given that this store, this shop, this parlor is like approved by, there's like a safety piercing website, or like safety piercing and tattoo website, where it shows you a list of shops around the US that is like safety approved. This parlor is approved, so the whole environment felt really safe. They got staff there. I walked up to the front, and there's this woman, and a lot of staff there are women, which I think makes sense. I think for like body art stuff like that is usually like people prefer being handled by women usually for stuff like this. I got checked in. I did a survey, did a consent form, sat down, and then went back, and then lots of boxes to tick in the consent form. Lots of boxes. Like, I acknowledge that I'm over 18. I acknowledge that if I feel anything wrong, it's my decision because I paid for it. If anything, blah, blah, blah. I didn't even read through all of them. I just skimmed through them. But I'm like, okay, there's so many boxes. I went back, and she explained, okay, so do you want what... So first of all, I don't have a choice between stud and hoop. I said I wanted hoop, but this morning I realized, because I roll around in my bed, and I'm like, oh, if it's a hoop, it's gonna get like really messy, and I'm gonna wake up with blood on both sides of my pillow, and it's gonna get yanked. And turns out you don't even get to choose. You have to get a stud as your first piercing, because you just have to. And I'm like, great. And then there's gold or titanium, and talk to Christian a little bit about it. I don't know, in weird situations like this, I get really cordial, and everyone's very cordial. Like, leading up to the piercing, and also, like, I don't know another example of this, I guess, but, like, okay, going to a club, I haven't actually been to a club, but like, I don't know, there's gotta be some examples of this, like smoking weed, or, going to a party, I guess. It becomes very cordial, instead of, yeah, fucking kill people, bitch ass, fuck yeah. It's more of just like, okay, let's do this thing, let's do that thing, everything's safe, everything's guaranteed. So that's nice. Everyone's very cordial. And she's like, okay, you can do gold or you can do titanium. Gold is $80 and titanium is $25. Huge price gap right there. And Christian's like, get the pricey one, because the pricey one is usually like better quality. You don't get infections. But they were like, no, titanium, it's also not like bad. So I got titanium instead. And I don't think I look good with gold anyways. It kind of blends in with my skin color. I've a little bit more melanin than a white person. And that means gold will just blend in. I guess if a white person wears gold, the gold is darker than their skin color. And if you're a black person, the gold will also be like lighter. But if I wear gold, it's just gonna blend in with my skin probably. So that's so crazy. I just realized I have more melanin than a white person. But titanium works. It works for me. I also don't want to look like a fuckboy. So we got titanium, and then I spent quite a bit of time looking through different studs and sort of picking the right one. And I'm like, I didn't even consider this. Holy shit. So there's all these fancy schmancy, like, moon-shaped, sun-shaped, heart-shaped, butterfly, dagger. They're all pretty cool, but they're all too flashy for me. I don't want it to be flashy. That's the thing. I don't want it to be, like, intentional. I don't want it to be overstating. I want it to be a decorum, you know? And there's, like, the small bulb, but it's so subtle that it's like, okay, maybe that's a little boring. And also, if it bulges out, it's like a little more difficult to work with. So at the end, I chose a rectangle, and I thought it's kind of cool because it looks like a staple. It looks like someone stapled my ears. And so I picked that one, and then I walked into a room. This Latina woman, I assume, she's really nice. She doesn't have earlobe piercing, but she has like a few nose and then like lip, like a surface piercing here, there. And then, but she's super accommodating. I sat down on this chair, this like dentist chair, and I'm just like, bring it on. Like in my head, I wasn't that nervous. I don't know why, but I wasn't that nervous. I know they know what they're doing. They look like they know what they're doing. They sound like they know what they're doing, and I'm sure it's not that bad because everyone's done it basically. So I sat down and we talked a little first because it's my first time piercing. I asked my questions about like sleeping and showering and sports, and it seems like it's not that difficult to handle. I told Christian to film me with my own phone, yeah. So she first put like drew a dot on my earlobe to indicate which location, and she's like, let me know if you like it or not. And I'm like, that's fine by me. Also, my ears are not symmetrical. Like, this side goes backward a little bit, this side goes a little front and opens up a little bit. And I'm like, oh, I didn't even know that. And she's like, yeah, a lot of people get insecure. It opens up a new insecurity. And then we did it. I leaned back at the chair. She's like, just lay down at your most comfortable position. Don't move your head. It'll be quick. So I'm like, okay. So surprisingly not that nervous. I just lean on one side, and then it goes from the back to the front. She applied some alcohol, and then boop, did it. And I'm like, oh, it was so fast. And she's like, okay, the pain should be over. And it's done. It feels like an injection, like a syringe injection. It's a little uncomfortable. You feel the pressing, you feel the pressure. And then it comes out, and it does hurt a little bit. It does sting a tiny bit, but it's actually not that painful. And then she's like, do you want to wait for a while, or do you want to do a second one now? And I'm like, I can do the second one now. So she went over to the other side to do my right ear, and it's a bit more painful. I don't know why. And I could also feel the skin resisting it. I could feel the resistance. But it's done. I hear a little creaking because she's putting on the top, is what it's called. The top, which is the top side. The top side, there's a pin and there's a bottom side. Yeah. And then it's done. It wasn't bleeding. I thought blood would come out. Not really. It didn't. Theoretically, it shouldn't. It's fat. Earlobes are made of fat, not blood veins. And then that's it. I stood up, and then I'm all good. And then I paid $80, which I think is pretty reasonable for a service like this. It's $79, but then I tipped them 10%. And I also left them a Google review, so they gave me a free bottle of saline solution. I had to pay $15, or I could just leave a Google review, so I love the Google review. And they're really nice, said goodbye, and then we left. And then we walked around Little Tokyo a little bit. We walked to historic Broadway, took the metro back to USC Village. Before taking the metro, Christian really wanted to find a bathroom. We walked around trying to find a bathroom. We ended up at this mall in Little Tokyo, which I've been to before. And then, yeah, we ended up at USC Village, and we ended up just like, he went to the bathroom, and then we walked around. He went to Trader Joe's. I followed along. He got some food and drink, and then I went to Dulce to get a matcha and a donut, even though I planned to go home and have lunch, but I ended up getting matcha and a donut-ish thing called a chocolate twisty. And this why am I blanking out? This woman at the counter, she's like, I know I've seen her, I think she's SCA. She's like, oh, nice shirt, because I'm wearing a neon t-shirt. She's like, oh, do you work there, or do you? And I'm like, oh, no, I just got it for free after screening. She's like, oh. feels pretty weird because my ears started to not feel that painful. And then also because they're so subtle, it's almost like I don't have them. Like, I don't walk around being like, haha, I'm a new person. Like, when I get a haircut or when I'm wearing something, it does feel like that. I'm like, oh, people are looking. But, like, with this, I don't feel that. I feel like people don't even know because it's so subtle. And, maybe if I trim off some of the hair here, it will reveal itself more. But still, it's so subtle, actually. And then, yeah, I and Christian, we talked, and then I realized I've been buying drinks and buying food outside for like several days in a row, I feel like. Like yesterday I got boba, and then, I don't know, with Maisie, that too. I forgot what I did on Sunday. No, not yesterday, Sunday. I forgot what I did the day after I went Maisie. No, yesterday was the day after I met Maisie. Okay, so I did buy food and drinks outside several days in a row. But you know what? It's spring break. Let's go out and have fun a little bit. But yeah. And then we went to Target together. I thought about going to Target tomorrow and getting stuff like shower rug and bleach or whatever. But I thought, you know what? Might as well get it. So I got some stuff from Target and then went back home. The rest of spring break is set. So tomorrow is a home all day. Tomorrow is going to be fucking hot, like 35 degrees Celsius. I ain't going outside. Also, I'm going to need rest because my ears burn. They don't burn, actually. But I still feel a little hurt. A little pain here. And then, Wednesday I'm meeting with Justin T. Watch film. Thursday I'm meeting with Tova. And then, San Francisco, I'm 99% sure I'm going. Because on Saturday, the Woos are going to Palo Alto to celebrate their birthday, which I had no idea is happening. Andrew told me earlier, and I'm like, great. I'm invited to a birthday party in bumfuck nowhere, California. Let's go. Palo Alto is not bumfuck nowhere, but to me it is. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy. So tomorrow will be a good day of rest. And yeah, more thoughts on my piercing. I think it's pretty fucking insane, the concept of putting metal through a body. Conceptually, it's pretty fucking insane. But if you look at it, it's nothing. It's nothing, really. I made an Instagram story talking about it, and I realized I'm being overdramatic. But there's irony in it, but I guess most people wouldn't tell. But, it's nothing. I'm just scared of, like, so when I wash my face and my hair, I used wet toilet paper to, like, clean my ears instead of splashing water on it like I always do for the last few years. And then I'm kind of worried about shower, kind of worried about sleep, but I'll figure it out. But, yeah. Jesus Christ. I did it. Fucking did it. Okay, time now is 3:08 p.m. on May 17th. 59 days left. Yeah, what a nice big sleep. I slept from 6 a.m. to about 2 p.m. actually. Not a good sleep. No, I woke up maybe 15 times, maybe 20 times. I think it's just my, like, being scared of my piercings. So I, like, every time, I really wanted to roll my head around, but every time I do that, I position the pillow, or I position my head lower, so that if I roll my head around, it won't touch my piercing. Oh. That's blood. Okay. This is fine. Okay, so I guess this side messed up a little bit. Okay. Anyways. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna have to clean it. Okay, Anyways, I didn't really have much of a dream. I think there was a dream-ish semi-dream near the end of the sleep where I'm sort of waiting at the Trader Joe's Target area of USC Village. But that place also felt like some kind of train station at the same time, and I saw Cheyenne and Julian, and I was vlogging. I had a camera with me, and I filmed Cheyenne and Julian from a distance from behind them, and they were more in the front, nearing the road. And I was like, okay, Cheyenne's like a crazy woman, and I don't want to get near her because she's gonna spill her poison onto me. And then as I'm vlogging, I ran into more people. I ran into the tall Swedish guy, David, from community college for some reason. But then for some reason, he's standing next to Mariam. But for some reason, Mariam had shorter hair. I waved, and then she waved back, but I don't know if she's like a stranger or not. Maybe I misremembered her. But that's pretty much it. I also remember eating chicken, eating pasta, or maybe that's from a different dream. I don't know, but I remember eating something, and yeah, today should be home all day. Today's a home all day. I am gonna be chilling. Yeah, last night taking a shower took forever. Last night preparing to go to bed took a whole hour. Because of using the saline solution to swab my piercings, but also the whole showering process. I have to shower my head and my face and my body separately, and then with the ears I have to like do this so that it only kind of touches this part, but the water's still dripping down. But it didn't really hurt. Like realistically, when water touches an injury, it should hurt, but it didn't actually hurt that much. Yeah, definitely something I need to get used to. But yeah, aside from that, I gotta figure out San Francisco today. I mean, plane tickets, accommodation, today. Has to be done today. And then, geez, the plane ticket's probably expensive as hell. I looked at the attractions last night, looked at some of the SF attractions last night. It seems more interesting than LA for some reason. Yeah, I think 3 days is definitely more than enough. There isn't that many attractions, but they're all kind of spread out for some reason. Also, not for some reason, LA is also very spread out. So, yeah, I think it's doable. And the Saturday is dedicated to going to Palo Alto for the Wu's birthdays. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And yeah, I'm getting a lot of hate comments on YouTube from the Oscars video, which is hilarious. Okay, so I just woke up from my sleep, and my piercing looked messed up. There's blood. Yeah, but it doesn't really hurt that much. It's just a little messed up.
Enoch Lai. Enoch Lai.
Okay, time now is 12:42 after midnight. It's been a really short day, and it's also, believe it or not, my first home all day. Oh God, my first home all day of the year. It's my first time staying at home the whole day. I think. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe in early January I did spend a couple home all days. I think I did actually. But anyways, it's my first home all day in a couple months, and it's really nice. I just get to just dilly-dally around. And I finished a film, and I got to chill, but I feel like I spent too much time chilling and not doing anything. And I want to sleep earlier. I want to go back to good sleeping schedule. And I actually haven't had dinner, so frick me. But yeah, everything is so far so good. I got an email randomly today from Sandrine's assistant asking me to give her my photo and my date of birth, even though I totally sent Sandrine that yesterday or a couple of days ago or a few days ago. I don't know. But anyways, I'm applied, and I went, and in my personal email, I got an email from Cannes Film Festival saying, please activate your account. I activated the account, and I got to see everyone who is who's going to Cannes. And I see the whole team. I see Tiger in there because Tiger has to be in there. Tiger's sort of like the manager of Cannes now, like the assistant, the lead of the Cannes team, outside of the Cannes team. And then we have the Cannes team itself. Lots of familiar faces, a few unfamiliar faces, but pretty interesting. And yeah, and now I'm part of it. It's so funny. And yeah, I'm excited. And then speaking of which, the San Francisco situation. So I'm still figuring out the hotel and the flight for the hotel. I've been doing some look over the last hour or so, and yeah, it's kind of fucking crazy. I don't want to get an Airbnb because I don't trust Airbnbs that much. This feels so weird, by the way. So I'm looking at hotels, and then I went to Booking.com. I selected 3 nights, and I looked at a bunch of hotels. My mom knows another person who recommended me to live next to the airport. There's this place, Resident Inn by fucking, well, what's the name of that place? Resident Inn by Mill Bray Station, and it's $200 and something. And I looked at Booking.com, and they're all like $250 at least, and then they all go up to like $1,000. So I'm like, $200 for 3 nights. That's not bad. That's pretty good. When I went to Cannes, the Airbnb was like $300, but for 2 nights, which is not bad. So I want that price range. I think that's a pretty good price range. And as I went to the website, I also saw Hyatt Regency. So the hotel next to the airport is too fucking far away. It's like an hour away from all the attractions, which is so inconvenient. And 1 hour basically means 2 hours, or at least 1 hour basically means 1.5 hours in American public transit time. So I can't be having that. So I found another hotel called Hyatt Regency, which is next to the ocean. Looks pretty neat. Got good reviews, and I checked. Oh, 200 and something. Cool. So I went to the Hyatt Regency website. It's not 200 and something. It's 900 and something. Because it's 200 and something per day, and then after taxes it adds up to 900 and something. And then and then the airport next to the hotel next to the airport, it's actually 800 and something. What in the fucking fuck? So I'm like, damn. So I'm looking at other options, and I found this hotel called Twin Peaks Hotel, and turns out 3 nights is $300, which is really cheap, and maybe not going to be the best experience, but I think I'll survive. The truth of the matter is, when I went to Kyoto, the hotel was small, and it wasn't the cleanest, most extravagant hotel ever, but I enjoyed it. It was neat. It was fine. And so, you know what? Even if it's a small hotel, as long as I got bathroom, as long as there's clean space, I'm actually okay with it. So I haven't bought my room, but I will. I also found, everyone's traveling somewhere now. I found out that Finn and Nobi are also at San Francisco, which is very interesting. If they turn up to the Woo's birthday, that would be really fascinating. And then, Audrey's at Chicago with her bunch of friends, and Harley's at Costa Rica. And yeah, again, I'm doing this hesitation thing. When I pierce my ear, I'm like, maybe I shouldn't do it. I hesitate with everything. San Francisco, again, I'm like, maybe to save money and to rest up, I can just stay. And it'll be fine. but then again, I feel like I'm gonna regret it. And also, again, just 59 days left. Might as well go all out. So I think I will follow through. I think the flight would probably be easier to deal with than the accommodation, because accommodation runs out but flight doesn't. And yeah, and I just think yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. Flight does run out, but there should be a lot of frequent flights between LA and San Fran. So that's that. Nothing else happened today. I had a 1 hour call with Ariel, who was on a lunch break on set, and she glazed me throughout the entire call. She's talking about how much she loved my work. She's like, this is so different from anything I've read. I'm so excited for it. This is my interpretation. I reread it, and I'm like, this is crazy. It's just a first draft. You don't even have to reread it. But she loved it. She thought it's amazing, and she's super excited, and I'm really happy. And she's like, you know what? After next week, I'm going to be free. Let's meet up. Let's hang out, get food, and maybe talk. And I'm like, yeah, that's great. So, I got that to look forward to. Genuinely think she's going to be amazing at this fucking insane short film that I'm making. And then, tomorrow, the original plan, the original idea was to go see Project Hail Mary with Justin T. But turns out Project Hail Mary doesn't premiere until Thursday, which is dumb, because tomorrow is Wednesday, the day before. So instead, Justin T is like, why don't we watch Cure at my place? And I'm like, sure. And that's great, because I will be saving some money by doing that. So anyways, I'm going to book my hotel now, and then I'm going to go down and make myself a quick dinner, and then I'm going to leave. Piercing. So this side is clearly bleeding. I hope it's not like an infection situation. It doesn't look infected. It just looks like it's bleeding, which I can probably just ignore. This side looks fine. Totally fine. This side, but yeah, they both hurt a little bit. Last night, right before bed, I couldn't really feel the piercings, but throughout the entire day today, I feel a numbing sense of pain. Maybe not numb, just a slight, like, inconvenient pain. It's like when you get injected with a syringe, except what if the syringe just stays there? That's the feeling I'm getting right now. It's like an uncomfortable pinch. It's not that bad, but it's just this uncomfortable pinch. And I remember what the piercer told me yesterday, and how this woman showed up and got a couple earlobe piercings, and then 6 months later she returned and her face is covered in metal, basically, because she loved the feeling. And it's so interesting how it's the feeling of slight uncomfort. But what if you enjoy that slight uncomfort so much so that you start to make your entire body slightly uncomfortable all over the place? Very interesting. And again, it's so fascinating to me that so many people at USC, at SCA, has septum piercings. Colin, he's literally in my short film. Riley, the freshman, Anya got one and decided to not get one, I guess. And then Cheyenne and Finn, and how it's also become a bit of a meme on Twitter. I've been looking at people talking about how, it's such a stereotype now, like an alt girl with dyed hair and piercings. It's just such yeah, and even Maisie had septum piercing for a while. Everyone's kind of alt. But yeah, I think this will be it. Strange sensation indeed. But this is as tame as it gets, really. Yeah, that's pretty much it. yeah. Okay, time now is 1:05 p.m. on May 18th, 58 days left, ball sacks. Yeah, I slept from 6 a.m. to, about 12:40, and, I had to wake up by an alarm, because if I don't, I'll wake up at 3 p.m., and that's bad. But yeah, I'm gonna try my best to go to bed earlier and earlier. I tried to do that last night, didn't really work. I just have too much to do every single day. It's crazy. So I ended up not watching anything last night again. I watched the first 20 minutes of not even 20 minutes, 10 minutes of like a film. Yeah. I have so much I planned to do yesterday that I didn't even do. Like doing the laundry or starting on the essay. Yeah, I did spend some time looking at the flights to San Francisco and the Airbnbs, and they're all way more expensive than I thought. So, yeah, anyways, piercing check. Again, left side is fine. Right side, I don't know what's going on. It's vertical now. The fuck? Yeah, I have to clean it, I don't know what's going on with my right side. My left side is always fine, my right side is never fine. But yeah. The Airbnbs are cheaper than hotels, alas. I went through a bunch of hotels, and last night when I filmed one of these videos, I was like, oh, well, there's actually a small hotel that cost $300 something for 3 nights. Turns out, as it turns out, that is wrong. As it turns out, it's $300 for 3 nights because it's shared bathroom. I cannot survive that shit. I cannot survive a shared bathroom. That's impossible. So I began scrambling around Airbnb, and turns out the Airbnb prices are a little bit cheaper, but even so, by a little bit, I mean $700, which is so fucking insane. How is France cheaper than San Francisco? I don't know, but it's expensive. So I reserved a couple spots. I messaged a couple, and I'm waiting for some responses. Also, flights are expensive. A few days ago when I checked, they're like $60 for a flight. Now it's like $170 at the cheapest. So yeah, it's so fucking crazy how much I'm gonna be spending on this trip. 3 days in San Francisco is gonna cost me at least $1,000 US. So yeah, I mean, holy shit. And I'm having second thoughts about going, but I'm still probably gonna go because I feel like I'm gonna regret it if I don't. Yeah, that's it. And so today's gonna be fine. Today's not gonna be that eventful. I'm gonna head over to Justin T's place to watch Cure because he really wants to see it, so I'm like, sure. And we'll probably have food outside, and then that's pretty much it. And yeah, not much else. I forgot my dream. I think I was in France with my family, or with friends, maybe at Cannes, maybe just France. But I think I was traveling in France in my dream. Yeah, that's it. Okay, I guess there's no going back. $712. Oh my god. Okay. My entire semester's worth of profits all gone. 竞爭。
我冇出嚟都會俾嘅。
Damn. Oakley dokley. Time now is 2:04 a.m. in the morning. I just came back home about half an hour ago. there are multiple metrics. There are multiple countdowns. First of all, we are 57 days away from graduation. 57. Second of all, we're also 2 days, or actually just 1 day away from going to San Francisco. So that's pretty short. But yeah, today is nice in that I was able to enjoy a lot of the time by myself in my own room and focusing on finishing films, finishing editing, and even I'm trying so fucking hard to be as productive as possible, even though it is tough, but I am trying to do as much as I can to edit my Steel Ball Run video. I finished Lurkers, I did the spendings. In February, last month, I didn't spend that much money. I spent $2,100. $2,110. That is not a lot, considering that I spent a lot of time on set in February, which means a lot of the lunches I've had is paid for, but also a lot of the times I went outside, and I spent a lot of money on Coffee Bean in the last month, which makes sense given how much time I spent outside. Yeah, March so far, I'm already spending a lot of money. So far in March, I've already spent $2,900, which is kind of fucked up, and unfortunately, it's only going to go up. But, yeah, so I guess the first thing I need to mention today is I finally got the Airbnb. My Airbnb score is really low because of that stupid Jewish woman whom I stayed with, the stupid Persian Jewish woman whom I stayed with for 3 weeks in Westwood back in 2023. She ruined everything. Thankfully, I probably had a pretty good review after my stay at Cannes, and so I messaged 2 Airbnbs last night, and one is $710, the other is $730. Which is, they're both expensive, but they're both literally the cheapest option I can get as of now. And late last night, and by late last night I mean 4 a.m. in the morning, I got the message from 7:30. But this morning I got a message back from 7:10. So the 7:30 Airbnb was like, hey, yes, we have space, please reserve. $710. They were like, okay, we see that your score is kind of low. Can you please explain to us, like, what's your purpose of visit, and if you're bringing anyone with you? And I'm like, I'll be alone, and I'm visiting because it's spring break. And they're like, perfect, that's what we need to know. Okay, you can reserve. So I immediately reserved, and I did it. I paid $712 for 3 nights of Airbnb, which is fucking insane. It's twice as expensive as Cannes. In Cannes, I spent about $150 per night. Here, this is about $230 per night, which is fucking ridiculous. But I guess it makes sense because San Francisco, turns out it's one of the most expensive cities in the world. But yeah, so there we go. Boom, boom, bada boom. Next up, I immediately got the flight, and I really hate it that I didn't buy the flight ticket as early as possible, because if I had bought it a month earlier, it would have added up to about $80 or $90. But this time I paid $177 for a quick flight from about 2 p.m. or I think 3 p.m. from LA to San Francisco with Alaska Airways. Boeing plane. Hilarious. Yeah, it's a very quick flight, and it's in the afternoon. It's the cheapest possible option. And, yeah, it's good that it's in the afternoon. In the morning, I can't wake up early enough to catch the flight, and then if it's too late, then it'll be a hush. Afternoon is always a good time to go to the airport. So, afternoon it is, and, yeah, so I got it, I did it. I got accommodation, I got flight, I got the 2 big things, 2 essential things I need to fly to and stay at San Francisco. I got it, so I guess it's real. Before I booked the Airbnb, I hesitated. I doom scrolled on my phone for like 20 minutes because at that point I still hesitated. I still don't know if I actually want to go. What if I just cancel the Airbnb reservation? What if I just tell them, actually, I changed my mind. I could just do that. I could just say, oh, actually, I just changed my mind. And then I'll spend the last 3 days of spring break at my room, resting, maybe hitting the gym, watching some films, and it'll be chill. Maybe meeting with Potter, maybe another meetup with Christian. But instead, I'm like, nope, I'll reserve. Yeah, I hate that I'm so indecisive, and again, I feel like if it's anyone else, they would do it on a whim. They would be much more impulsive. I'm too restrained of a person. I'm so restrained. But alas, I did it. And again, I have tons of reasons to go to San Francisco. It's my last spring break of my undergrad life, and I've never been. Everyone and their moms have been to the Bay Area, and I've never been, and this might be one of my only chances, because, like, who else is going to invite me to San Francisco other than myself? So, I got it, $900 down the drain, and I'm going to San Francisco. I also went to Wee and bought a couple of bread and a drink and some other stuff, and I'm gonna bring a green tea bun to San Francisco so that one morning I can just skip breakfast. I'm gonna also bring some granola bar with me because I'm thinking of like spending less on meals, so I don't have to worry about breakfast if I just eat a bun in the morning, you know. But yeah, and also when I went to Nice, I was also very economic. So I wholeheartedly believe that I'm a smart person and I'm smart enough to be able to be economic. And again, like, I've traveled to Kyoto with 2 people younger than me, and I've been to Nice all by myself. I've also had day trips in Takasaki and Narita all by myself. And San Francisco is one of the closest cities to LA. I can definitely handle this by myself. I am so handling this by myself. So, yeah, it's gonna be easy. I went to a day trip to Santa Barbara, right? I feel like for a travel trip to be really challenging to me is if I'm dropped in the middle of nowhere in India right now, then it would be kind of challenging, or in the middle of nowhere in Morocco, maybe. But like, if I'm dropped in Japan right now, I think it'll be fine. If I'm dropped in Taiwan, I think it'll work out. Mexico, perhaps, but yeah, San Fran is probably really easy to travel to, even if I'm dropped in like Sweden. Yeah. Anyway, I digress. So that's one thing. The other thing is I hung out with Justin T. At 9, I went out. We went to I went to his place, dropped off a bunch of Blu-rays, and then we walked to Northern Cafe, had a very cheap dinner there. I wasn't even that hungry. I had lunch at 7 p.m. and I had dinner at 9 p.m. That's fucking insane. And then we headed back, and at around 10-ish, 10:30, we started watching Cure. It's my 3rd time seeing it. He saw it. He thought it was just okay. I fucking loved it. I went back home, and here I am. So, pretty cool. Michelle asked me to hang out, and I'm like, bro, I can't. Tomorrow I'm seeing Tova, and then I'm heading to San Fran. So, yeah. But, it's gonna be nice. I'm gonna have a good time. And, yeah, again, I don't know. Usually, when it comes to traveling, it's like, I'm very excited, but sometimes traveling becomes a bit of a nuisance. Like, oh, in 3 days I need to have this packed and have that be ready, and charge this, charge that, and charge my phones and my portable charger, blah 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 blah, and clean up space and whatever. But low-key right now I could use some of that. Rejuvenation. And also, again, I have 57 days left. What else is there to spare? I'm gonna go all out. I just got my ears pierced, then I'm solo traveling in San Francisco, and then I'm coming back and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. I'm on it. I'm going crazy, and I'm on it, So, yeah. And that's that. Piercing update. I still feel a lingering pain. Why? Oh my god, why is my piercing constantly changing? Like, this is fine. My left is always fine. My right is always changing. Okay, let me see if I could do. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna do that in another vid. Okay, but yeah, it still stings a little bit, but should be fine. It's crazy how subtle it is. It's actually really subtle. Yeah, I don't even think my mom would notice it. Okay, so it's been 3 days since I've had these piercings, and right now they still sting a little bit, but not so much. But for some reason my right ear is still bleeding a little bit. Left is totally fine, and it's also changing orientation, so you're gonna watch me touch my piercing. And I'm gonna clean my hands first and foremost. Gotta have clean hands. Wipe it with my towel. And then, boom. I don't even feel a thing. Okay, there we go. Okay, I do feel something now.